Hi everybody, welcome to Daily Deco. It is Friday, we're at the end of the week, so only a few more hours left until the weekend. So quickly, just starting off with sort of Simply Scuba updates. The first thing is that we want to say a massive thank you and sort of well done to everybody who sort of put all their shout outs for their local dive centres down in the sort of comments on one of our videos. That was very, very encouraging. It's nice to see the community sort of coming up and sort of rooting for their local dive centres, because they really do sort of need your help. So yeah, definitely big them up and sort of sing their praises so that other people know about them. And as we said a few days ago, I can't remember how many days, we were asking you guys, and we kind of still are, we put a poll on the YouTube community page, basically asking you guys and girls sort of what you want Daily Deco to be, because as we said, when we kind of created it, when we were getting back into the swing of things after the sort of restructure, we just thought, oh, hey, let's just do a daily kind of news thing with a Q&A, and then we basically asked you if you enjoyed it, if you wanted it slightly differently. So we put a poll up, and we're going to call the results early because that seems to be the thing that we do nowadays. Basically,
it was the perfect poll. It was the perfect poll.
Yeah, we were basically asking whether you wanted it to stay the same or to do just the news story and then have like one day, like a Friday, as purely Q&A, just me and Shaun answering your questions, and that seems to be the sort of most popular sort of option. So that's what we're going to do starting next week. So Monday's show after the weekend is just going to be sort of news and kind of interesting things about the scuba diving underwater world, and then a week from today, on that Friday, it will just be myself and Shaun just going through any kind of questions and comments and just elaborating on anything. We're also going to update how, or sort of when it goes live. So at the moment, Daily Deco, the podcast, if you're listening to this on a podcast, I don't think anything's going to change, is it?
No. That's going to stay 7 a.m. Podcast is the same time.
But for the YouTube, and are we still doing this on Facebook, Shaun?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we still are. Okay.
For the moment, like as soon as they started going live on YouTube, the viewership literally halved on Facebook, which is the natural way. It's a natural thing that was going to happen, but we're still getting good watches. So I don't want to cull that just yet. It's quite a nice general update. Plus, also it means I have to do less work, or we have to do less work because the video's there and it can just go live. Yeah, and that ticks the box on one post for Facebook.
So now instead of because at the moment or previously, Daily Deco went live. The video version, they all went live at 10 a.m. Sort of British Standard Time. But we're going to change that. We're going to make that 7 a.m. So you can watch it for your morning cornflakes or whatever you have for breakfast. Everything's going to be 7 o'clock in the morning UK time. But Facebook will still be 10.
Well, it can be. It doesn't really matter. It can be. They could all be 7 a.m.
Okay. My
thinking about the Facebook one, it doesn't really matter.
Yep.
Being horrible to Facebook, but it doesn't actually matter.
It's not really the platform for it.
Nah. And also as well, the most popular posts are at 8 p.m. But I want to use that time to actually promote something rather than a secondary account. So, but you know, for followers of this channel, the 70 or the 68,000 of you before we all got shut down, knew that the 7 a.m. slot was obviously Daily Scuba News. So I'm just putting that back on there. Just why not? Like with the only reason why we did 10 a.m. is because it's a new show. Maybe we'll try new times and stuff like that. But yeah, I think 7 a.m. is a good slot. So yeah, I'll just revert it back to that same time with the podcast, because a lot of people listen to the podcast when it literally goes live. So obviously, hopefully the rule will apply also for the video as well. So yeah, that was my thinking, my reasoning, kind of putting it back to the Daily Scuba News. And then also as well, if Daily Scuba News does come back in the future when we get a studio and when things aren't so higgledy-piggledy, we've got that we've got that same time slot as well. So it just seems a bit of a no-brainer. While we're still doing things, while the show's evolving, we might as well change the time as well. So yeah, cool.
Yes, indeedy. Other than that, we have added a few new sort of products onto the website. Nothing sort of groundbreaking, just a few sort of accessories and sort of useful stuff. But again, that's sort of going very slow. So we're going to jump straight into the news. So the first news story that I saw is that MIT has basically developed a new underwater communication technique, and this works slightly differently to how sort of most things work. And the main reason for this is they basically want a underwater GPS system.
Yeah, makes sense.
And a lot of sort of radio frequencies, as soon as they hit water, they just disappear. So traditional GPS that we use just doesn't work. However, what they've managed to design is a battery-less device that basically it uses like piezoelectric switches that absorbs kind of energy from the natural like seawater, because it's like ionized or something. So it's not a lot of power, but it's enough. And what it does is these little devices can like receive sound, like kind of sonar, and then it decides whether it wants to pass that on or just kind of, oh no, that's just kind of background noise. And then the energy that it's kind of received from that like sound wave then sort of powers up this little thing as well, and then that way they can use that for submarines to have like accurate underwater positioning, which is very, very cool. And hopefully cool. If that sort of does well, and then we can have this kind of network of sort of underwater sort of beacons. Eventually, just like traditional GPS, it was started by the military, and then the sort of not recreational, civilian kind of side of things. Not hijack it, but we just use it. Eventually we're going to hopefully have dive computers that have GPS in them so that you never get lost.
That's really cool, man. I mean, that's a good thing. But personally, for me, I still think we should have carrier whales. And then you just put little notes on where you are in a whale. I'm too tired. Mark. I'm tired. But
you just roll a little scroll and just pop it into its blowhole.
Just like that, mate.
That
is cool though.
The article is not the easiest of reads, even for myself. But lots of long words. But once you sort of break it down, it is quite interesting. Cool, so yes, hopefully something interesting for the future.
Yeah, that's cool.
Something less interesting for the future is this like ominous iceberg, which is called A68A.
That's a catchy name.
Yeah, and basically there is a huge iceberg in the Antarctic down in the sort of the Southern Ocean, and at the moment it's kind of on a collision course for South Georgia, and I think I read somewhere it's literally the same size as the island. So this is going to cause chaos. They're basically saying that if it still sort of goes in the sort of current trajectory, it's going to just cause havoc for this sort of ecosystem, because you've got this massive iceberg just sort of beaching itself, not just by decimating everything in the that sort of like lives on the bottom there, but also we've got all sort of seals and penguins and all that kind of stuff that all of a sudden just have this massive like iceberg just blocking everything. So we're going to keep an eye on this. I don't know if there's much that we can do.
Yes, there is. I've got an idea. So you get fishing boats, and then you just lace them with
tugboats.
Yeah, tugboats. No, tugboats, but you actually line them up with hairdryers. Or like the Dyson fans. They're really good at sucking cold air and then giving you hot air. So you just stick a bunch of Dyson fans on there and you'll be all right. All magnifying glass.
So this iceberg is roughly the size of the British county, of Somerset.
Yeah. That'll
So
take couple of minutes to melt.
It's 4.2 thousand square kilometers, and it's estimated it weighs hundreds of billions of tons. So yeah, this is going to be chaos if we can't do anything about it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The thing is, as well, it's kind of like an Austin Powers movie where it's slowly coming towards you, and there's nothing you can do. It's like that guy with the roller, and it's like no, and you just got to watch this iceberg slowly destroy marine life. Oh, horrible. Horrible. But yeah,
I don't think anyone's kind of come up with a sort of an Armageddon Bruce Willis kind of way of preventing it.
Drill it.
Yeah.
To be fair, drilling it, putting some explosions, that might break it up. So rather than one big bit, you'll get smaller bits. Oh, don't tell me no, that'd be terrible, because I don't want them to be like, yeah, we used the Armageddon movie to save the no. That's such a bad movie.
Armageddon 2.
Oh no. No.
So yeah, that's just kind of bringing it to people's attention, because I didn't really see it in my sort of daily briefing. I had to do quite a bit of digging before I actually sort of found that one.
They're trying to cover it up, mate. They're trying to cover it up.
Yeah. And the final news story is about a chap who was arrested for murder. So if you've been sort of in and around the diving industry or the surfing industry or anything, you've probably heard of Salt Life, which is a sort of a clothing brand. They're quite funky, but actually one of their original founders, who doesn't work for the company anymore or anything, he's been arrested for murder. And not a great deal of sort of information has been released yet. All we basically know was that he was sort of arrested, and they believe it's in conjunction with the murder of a girl who went missing in late October, and she was found shot dead, I believe, in a motel somewhere. And yeah, one of the original creators of this, because there were 4 creators, and then this one, I believe he sold his shares or something, or he basically separated from the company years and years ago. Yeah, he's been related in connection to the murder of this teenage girl. Authorities haven't released many details about his arrest, but yeah, he's
that's so frustrating that for that brand, the fact that they're having to deal with this, even though the guy is no longer attached to the company. Like the articles that come up, it's all to do with Salt Life. So they Salt Life have put out a statement on Facebook saying that Hutto hasn't been with the company since he and his partners sold Salt Life for nearly $40 million in 2013. The company expressed its condolences to the Duncan family, the girl who was shot, adding Salt Life sends their utmost sympathies to the family and friends of the deceased. So that's the problem. As soon as you search for this guy, all you see is Salt Life. So everyone just goes, oh no, I'm not going to buy from them anymore. But he has nothing to do with them. It's been 7 years since he had anything to do with them. Granted, he created it, but that was 2003. Something like that.
So yeah,
bit unfortunate.
It's that kind of association, and just kind of like, well, actually, no, it wouldn't put me off sort of buying Salt Life, because again, he hasn't been proven guilty. It's just allegedly.
That's true.
He's only been arrested. We don't know sort of what all the details are, but I don't think it would put me off buying from that particular brand.
Was it McAfee? The internet, the virus guys. Like obviously McAfee himself, about a year or two, just went absolute nuts. And I bet you people did not stop buying McAfee, if anyone still buys that sort of stuff.
Antivirus.
Antivirus. It seems a bit. Why would you stop buying? Yeah, if you don't buy Salt Life or whatever they're called, Salt Life gear because of this, you're a bit silly. Let's be honest, you're a bit silly.
Yeah, it's
But
not as if
it
you're
is-
contributing to him or anything.
Yeah, it is the world of miscommunication, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's be honest with how things are.
Yes.
2020.
Talking about miscommunication, let's get on to Q&As.
Oh, right, okay. So the first one, Marky Mark, is from Todd Fatkin. He says, Mark, are you going to continue collaborating with Scuba Diver magazine over on their channel?
I'll never say never, because it's basically I was working with Scuba Diver magazine after I was made redundant. Before I started this new position at Simply Scuba, I was doing some work with them, but we're always open to some collaboration work with Scuba Diver magazine as like Simply Scuba. So never say never.
But it won't be safe diving. Well, as of yet, because obviously...
Yeah, no, it'll be sort of Simply Scuba with Scuba Diver magazine. I mean, we haven't discussed it, to be honest, but yeah, we're open to it. But no, there's nothing in the pipeline. But yeah, we're happy to. Yeah, that would be quite fun actually. Get back with the lads, as it were, get something together.
Yeah, man. Like I said, we have certain things that we want to do, but yeah, we can't even do a normal scheduled show at the moment.
Yeah.
Properly anyway. You know, it's because of the way things are. Okay, that's cool. That's interesting.
Yes.
So the next one is from Bence. I'm not going to pronounce his surname because I will butcher it. Unless you want to give it a crack. Do you want to give it a crack?
Bence Molnar Somo Givari.
I'll take that. I reckon Bence is going to be happy with that one. Anyway, he says,
let us know in the comments.
What do you guys think about BLM, Black Lives Matter, trying to ban the OK sign, hand signal, you know, for Paddy and stuff? What are your thoughts and values about that? We have covered this in the story before, haven't we?
Yeah, so if you don't know, a lot of white power activists, or whatever you call them, they're trying to like hijack the OK symbol, because if at certain angles you can make like a W and then a P, but the way I see it is that it's a bit like the Proud Boys, in that the LGBTQ society, they took over the hashtag Proud Boys and effectively made the white nationalists, or whatever they were, the bad people. It made them, I think they've effectively renamed themselves because of it. And the OK signal, it was ours first. So it's like, no, I don't think we'll ever stop using the OK symbol, because it's not what we mean it to say. We're not saying, white power every time we say that we're all right. No, I think I think it's going to be very much we mean it to say okay. We've always meant it to say okay. Just because someone's trying to hijack this symbol, no, screw them. Just make them stop, and eventually the world will sort of sort itself out, and it won't even become an issue. Of course, we support sort of Black Lives Matter and all that kind of thing. We always want to be on the right side of history, but no, I don't think we'll ever stop using the OK symbol, because it is such a sort of institutionalized symbol for scuba divers, and it has nothing to do with race or anything. It's just a way of saying that it's asking your buddy if they're okay, making sure that you're okay. So I don't think it's going to be a sort of a problem going forwards.
Cool. Thank you very much. Yeah, like you say, it's an institute, isn't it? Like you look at any, you type in scuba diving and then you click on, I don't know, Google Images or whatever. Guarantee one of them, if not all of them, are going to have the old OK sign. The specimen bottles. Yeah,
it's tough because it's like the swastika, because the swastika was originally a symbol for peace in like Hinduism or something, and granted the Nazi Party sort of used it, and that really tainted it. So it's you can't use that symbol at all. But that's not what it's originally conceived as. So no, we do have to be careful of sort of other people trying to hijack any kind of symbol, and it's just no. It's not what we intended it for. It's not what we use it for. So just because someone else is using it for nefarious means, no.
Cool. All right, we'll move on. So we've got one more question from David Lawrence. So this is the from a couple of episodes ago, we spoke about, or someone spoke about, the accounts on the website and all that sort of thing. And then obviously you responded with that. Yeah, but basically it's based on that. So he goes, you've lost hundreds of I'll start that again. So you've lost hundreds of users' personal details. I'm sure the ICO would be interested in that. And then he did an emoji of, does this also mean that any points I lost also, or any bubbles that they had? So do you want to address the elephant in the room? There's two bits to it.
Yeah, the first bit is we haven't lost anything. It wasn't a notebook or a laptop that we left on a train somewhere. It was I think this is where a lot of people get confused, because we still exist as Simply Scuba. They don't quite understand that there's been, like, we're effectively a new company. So the information, it hasn't been lost. It's not just somewhere on a train or something. It will still be on, like, servers or something, but it's all, like, encrypted. But that's with the old company, the Simply Group, which of course we don't have access to. So it's not lost. It's not sort of at danger. Your information isn't kind of out there that someone can steal. It's just that we don't have access to it.
It's as simple as that.
I wouldn't worry about that. Pardon me. As far as losing your bubble points, because that was the kind of the system. You weren't sort of like club card points, but we called them bubbles. I can't remember. You got a certain amount of bubbles for every, like, pound that you spent, and then you could use that to sort of offset and sort of pay for other items. I believe all of that has gone as well, because that would all be sort of encrypted with your personal data on your sort of account. So no, I think that's all gone as well. I think it's literally a line has been drawn under it, and you kind of have to start from scratch, unfortunately.
That's a shame, but like we said in the previous video, we can't help these things. We're not in control of that sort of thing, so we can only tell you what we know.
Yeah, in a perfect world, we sort of import everything, and it'll be sort of as if nothing had ever happened. We'd love it if that was the case, but no, we unfortunately have to disappoint some people. But that's what happened when a company goes into administration and then it gets bought out by another company. It's effectively a brand new company just trading under the same name, or you know what I mean.
Something like that. Yeah. So
Business,
the next chapter,
economic words.
Big words. That's it. That's today's show.
Yeah, that's all our questions. Obviously, if you have any questions, then pop them down in sort of any of the sort of comment sections, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, and then we'll kind of gather all of the interesting ones up, and then we'll do like a big Q&A show next Friday. Tomorrow, what have we got for the surface interval? Do you remember?
So surface interval is the social risks of scuba diving. So it's not saying the general risks about scuba diving. It's the certain things that you will change physically, or
how scuba diving can change you.
Yes. It's you call it a risk video. It's the risk of change.
Yeah, that's it. So head over to YouTube tomorrow on Saturday. Any comments, questions, queries, corrections, whatever, let us know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and do all that kind of stuff. Tell all your diving buddies that Simply Scuba is back. Thank you for watching, and of course, safe diving.
Thanks for watching.